The truth about energy, frequency, and how you attract everything. I'm Mahana, your catalyst for transformation. Ooh, so let's talk about energy. What is energy, right? We all actually have our own views of it. We all have our own definitions of it. And it all depends on what level of consciousness you're in and what you are open and curious about, especially with science and with physics. There's been a basic Newtonian principles of what energy is. It's very matter-based and very physical. And the gift with Albert Einstein is that we actually have the quantum physics, which I love, metaphysics, quantum physics, and even with Dr. Bruce Lipton, epigenetics. So it's our response to our environment. So energy is literally the movement of love. And that's what I would love to offer. Can you just imagine if energy is the movement of love? Because love is actually everything. Oneness is a love. Energy is a love. Consciousness is a love beingness. And what love is complete openness, unconditional love. Pure love is openness. It's an acceptance. It's an inclusion. It's a connection. And everything is connection. Everything is interwoven. Everything affects everything else. Because with energy, you cannot create energy or destroy energy. What? Right? Yeah, no, we get to utilize energy. We get to play with energy. And guess what? You are an energy being, and I'm an energy being. We are actually energy beings. We have energy bodies. We are energy beings. We are actually energy. Yes. You're energy. I'm energy. Wow. Can you just imagine? And a great question then talks about frequency. What energy level are you vibrating in? And what we mean by that is because we can actually, thank goodness with science, we can actually calibrate energies. There can be a dense contracted energy amount, and it can be a very expanded energy amount. It could be very contracted is very slow, very heavy, very dense. The lowest energy field on this planet is shame. We call it shame. It's the level where we feel disconnected. We feel helpless, humiliated. We feel like something's wrong with us. That's a very yucky energy, that's for sure. And I know I have experienced that in my life, and most of us have that shame energy. To the highest level of enlightenment into oneness, you can call 1,000. So you go from 20 to 1,000. That of complete oneness of all, oneness of the universe, oneness of God, source, divinity, oneness of pure unconditional love, right? Yeah. And then 200 is actually the breaking point from negative to positive. 200 is that courage. Courage means you decide to make a change from a negative to a positive, or from a contracted or resistant or fear-based energy into a love-based energy. So really, you can just say with energy, we live in a third dimension. We live in a world here. And in this lifetime, we are being called to go from our heads, from logic and thinking there's a threat, and being afraid and being concerned, or not thinking we're enough, or not thinking that we're loved, in all these limiting beliefs and constructs that we received in our growing up years, to catapult us into our hero journey and our healing, our self-healing journey, with the gateway of going from your head to your heart, into your body, into your true essence of who you are. Connect back to your own source of love, because your energy at the highest level is this pure light love energy. It's just we agree to have either some separation from it, distortion of it. That's where fear will come in, fear and doubt and confusion, chaos, constructs, and then ideas and thoughts. And then we have these filters of what we think all this stuff is. And it's just all made up. It's all made up. Wow. And we get to make new stuff up. That's the gift, because we literally are in like a dream. You can call this world, since we're co-creators of our life, we get to actually decide how we would like to live. Who are we? These are important questions to ask ourselves. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? These are very thoughtful and very heart connecting ways of, what is this life about? What is this whole point of all of this? And then, do you believe you have multiple lives or multiple dimensions and aspects? There's just so much that we get to question. We get to wonder. And a lot of us got taught some very limiting things with certain religions or with certain cultures, that you're not allowed to even ask these questions or do this stuff. But are you really? We get to be free. Would you like to be free? As long as you do no harm, can you let yourself start questioning things, get curious about things, start researching things, start studying things. YouTube, you can get all kinds of videos. We can learn so much more, which is really awesome. And I love that too. I'm a holistic nurse. I'm a certified Psyche instructor. I help people transform their beliefs. Any limiting belief, any of that yuckiness or separation, confusion, doubt, fears, you are the energy being. Connect in with your power. Transmute that back to your heart, back to your love, back to your truth, back to your knowingness, back to your peace, back to your centeredness. What? Yeah. because you are energy, and you get to raise your frequency, your vibration to back to your love, back to the higher levels. And then you can live more in the harmony, more in the flow, more of living your highest life, of having more loving relationships and more opportunities for you, where you can have a beautiful relationship with money, where more money starts coming to you in an easy way. So you can have more freedoms. It's like oxygen. We need to have oxygen and we do need to have money. This is kind of how we live right now. Can you know your self-worth, that you're worthy to receive it. You're worthy to be open, to share your gifts and then receive plentiful. All this is beautiful. And that's the whole gift of attracting, is more magnetizing, attracting, because your beingness, your vibration is what's going to help bring you whatever you're going to be experiencing. So the things you don't like, it's okay. It just might be some of those limiting beliefs, some of those distorted stuff that you're still operating in. With the gift of Psyche, you can transmute that. And then I'm creating a new online course called Find Your Sacred Way that you can also utilize too to help with these mechanisms. The two go hand in hand. That Psyche is awesome, absolutely. And then Find Your Sacred Way is another way for you to access your sacred way within you, activating that you can attract what your heart's desires are instead of attracting what you're afraid of or what you're afraid of getting. Because most of us focus on what we're afraid of. And then that's what all the experiences we're getting. I'm like, holy crap, exactly what I didn't want showed up. And it's okay if it does, because if it does, you can totally learn from it and grow. And that's super huge. I was just in a relationship for about 3 months. It was wonderful. I went deep. Love. I thought I was like, this is true love and blah, blah, blah. But then whoop, broke it off. This avoidant attachment style, or I guess was too afraid of the intimacy right now, or for whatever reason, can't be with me. So I'm using this with energy. What was the reason that I attracted that with me? Well, my dad was an avoidant, and my ex, I was married 31 years where he avoided a lot of things. So there's an aspect within me that I'm still growing within myself. We all are. We all are working with ourselves. And I know I'll for my whole life be continuing to upgrade with my own self-worth, my own self-love, my own self-forgiveness. And like this, get very clear. So I choose to be with a man that is secure in himself, secure with attaching, with being in a secure relationship of open communication and consistent connection, and actually loving intimacy and feeling safe and comfortable in intimacy. So with these energies and with our attractions, if we do attract things that we don't like, it's actually here for us to grow and to heal and to learn. And I know I'm right there beside you, learning right along with all of you. And it's all worth it. I actually became even more secure and whole after I cried and felt the abandonment and rejection and insecurities, because those were all my childhood wound things that I'm still healing with myself. And I've learned with the gift of Psyche and then finding my sacred way within me to unconditionally love those parts with me as best I can, and to really give myself a lot of nurturing grace, kindness, and love for any of these tender parts. We all have tender parts. And then we can start showing with our own selves, our own grace and love and kindness and fun and patience and just support and strength for each other. We are all here for each other. And I love that. And this is a fantastic time of living right now, because everything's changing. So we get to change too. We get to have our energy and our frequency within us catapult and expand, and that we can attract all of the beautifulness of all of our dreams and all what we're passionate about, what we get excited about. Yes, because you can. You can. Woohoo! I do offer workshops. If you're interested in learning Psyche, check my link below. You can try a taste of Psyche, 30-minute session, give a 90% off for that, to start making some changes. Are you ready for those changes? Are you ready to activate the energy with you to your next highest level and allow your frequency to rise and attract what your heart's desires are? And we welcome you to that. Have a beautiful day. Aho.